This is a tier list of every game that we've played this year. Give or take like one or two, but it was like we started it like December of the year before. I took those ones out. So a total of 19 games played this year, which is pretty nuts. I guess let's just start let's just start with one of these. Any of them. Well, let's just start with the first one. Oh my god. I suck at doing intros. Oh my god. Let's just start off with Nine Souls. I think immediately that's an S. It was like everything that I liked about Hollow Knight. But like they took it to 11. They added like fun new parry mechanics. Like everything in the story in the game felt like nothing felt like shoehorned in. All the enemy telegraphs were just really great. It felt like you were almost playing a rhythm game just because you knew the timing. And when you got it right, you just pure dopamine rush. Not to mention all of the animation done for it. It was genuinely like I was speechless at so many points. And then the final boss where like they were just doing all those slashes across the screen and you had to like parry it all midair. And then the set piece for the end too. Like you're basically fighting around this giant ring around this like evil nuclear bomb. One thing I will say was like the virus thing, it felt like it came in like a little too late in the story than I would have liked. I would have liked it to be like this prevalent thing. Well, I guess it was in a way. But I guess like the mutation bit is what I'm talking about. Like maybe if we had visited like that area with the brother and sister and the mutants a little bit earlier, I would have been like, oh man, this is gonna be a problem later on, isn't it? It felt like it did just come in a smidge too late, but other than that, I think that it was just amazing overall. Alright, next up, Slime Rancher 2. This one's a bit like iffy for me right now just because we're in the middle of playing it. Like so far, I think that's a solid, maybe a solid A, solid B. Like I love the new slimes and I love like how the game always feels like you have something to do just all the time. But in like the same vein, it feels like you can easily get to a point where it's overwhelming. It's like, oh man, I gotta do this, and then I gotta feed all these guys, and then I gotta collect all their plorts because they're already filling up the thing. The road to get to a point where you can like automate some of it, it takes a minute to the point where you are barely able to leave the farm just because of like how all of your slimes can get angry. But like I love the new slimes, especially the bunny slime. It is so unbelievably adorable. So far as I can tell, like there haven't been any like bad slimes for me. Like another like small thing that I have to nitpick about is like it's a little bit jank. Like sometimes when you have the jetpack and you're trying to get to a point, like you'll dip down a little bit and then rise back up and then just hover there for a bit, which I get is the mechanic, but it seems inconsistent almost to where it like levels out and you hover. And that does make it a little frustrating to get to places, especially since a lot of the terrain is very vertical, especially in the lava place. It's all in all like a good game. There are a couple of issues that I would like ironed out to give it like an A or even an S. But other than that, it's cozy, it's fun, it's great. It's a great way to just pass the time, like maybe have a video playing, have like a good cup of tea, because it is, like once you get into the flow of it, it is super relaxing and nice. I mean, next up though, I mean, we kinda have to. Like, I don't think there's any like comparison, like another roguelike game that I've played than Balatro. And like, I have to give it like an extra nudge. Like it is what brought the channel up to like over 2,000 subscribers just cuz of like the one Balatro cryptid video getting over like 150,000 views. Let me just check this right now. Right now it's at 173,000 views. It is still going, by the way. It deserves its own tier for sheer randomness. I'm almost tempted to just like put Balatro Cryptid like on its own tier. just because of how fundamentally different that experience was from just like base Balatro. Just base Balatro, doing like the stakes runs was fun. Because like it made me think about like, okay, what can I get rid of here to make room for this, which might give me a bit more of an edge to squeeze by. Yeah, it helped my channel out massively. That is honestly an understatement. Like, hope that I not necessarily get another video like that where it carries the channel. I just hope that all my videos do like consistently well. But until then, I'm just massively grateful to Balatro just giving me another, I guess, boost is the only way I know how to put it. All right, next up, Slay the Spire. I did have fun with this game. Like, and I liked how the mechanics worked sometimes. Like, I would put that maybe a low B, high C, honestly. Just because there was a lot of points where it's definitely a very high RNG based game. Like, you just need a lot to go right for you and a lot to be in your favor to go far. But a lot of the times I'd get to like the last area and I wouldn't even die to like whatever final boss. I would die to like the first or second encounter. And it was just, it was frustrating for sure. But when I had fun, I had a lot of fun. Especially when I was able to just shiv everything with that one like assassin build or whatever it was. That's really what I got to say on it. Next up is Oblivion Remastered. This one, like, the good moments were good, but a lot of it was like, oh my god, please turn down the graphics so that I can like play this at least like 20-30 FPS. And I know that's like, oh, well, you need to get better hardware. Like, my guy, is it too much to ask that something is optimized? But it was fun just going around and just hearing a lot of characters say like the same 2 bits of dialogue while like the weird battle music plays. Like, I wanted to like go further in the game, but it just took so long to do anything. So I think it has to be a D. Like, it was fun at points, but mostly it was just like, please, can we get there? Can we get there? Can we get there? Can we get there? I want to get there. But next up, Superliminal. It was a short and sweet game. I think it deserves, I think, a B. If it was maybe a little longer, I think I would put it in A. It was like mind-boggling in a good way. And I will come back to that point with another game in a bit. It was brain-hurty, but like fun brain-hurty. Like, it was all about changing your perspective by interacting with the world around you. Like, just the little bits where you're just making thing big and then make it small. Or like duplicate thing. Or like just the blocks fall apart. That like shatters your brain, but like in a way that is enjoyable, I think is the word. Like, it gave my brain a good workout. And like a good workout, you know? Like, looking back, I liked the section where it was like faking you out with all the horror stuff. Like the door that said like die over and over again, but it turns out it was just a case of diet soda. Or like you saw all the quote unquote blood everywhere, but it was just paint once you turned the lights on. But next up though is Just Shapes and Beats. Another short but sweet one. This one took a little longer though. So I think that does give it the extra points of being an A. Like, it was fun. Like, not much else to say on that. Like, the songs were all bangers. Yeah, it's got absolute bangers. Especially just like absolutely, I think it deserves an A. Like, there were points where it got frustrating at times. But that was because it was like a boss level. Or like the checkpoint was in a weird spot. Like, that would dock it from being an S rank. But I think it's a good A rank. I especially liked like the final boss where we just started like shooting lasers back at it, and it felt a lot like you were fighting Omega Flowey again. Like, it gave me that vibes, and I think that that definitely elevates it a little bit. It's definitely a high A rank. Okay, next up, a game about digging a hole. This might have to be our first C tier. I don't want to say it was necessarily made, but like something has to go C tier. Like the premise was funny, but that was kind of it. Like you upgraded stuff and then you find more ores to sell. It was way too quick. Well, like here's the thing. The premise is a game about digging a hole. How do you make it longer without like just making it deeper? Or like just like making it more tedious to do. I will give it this. The plot twist at the end with the moles luring people to the same house so that they could just try to dig for treasure and then die. Like that got me. It said it's a game about digging a hole and it delivered for sure. That is what I will say about it. Next up though, I mean, Ultra Kill. Ultra Kill's gotta go up there. You gotta give Ultra Kill P rank. Wait, you're so right. There we go. Gotta give Ultra Kill the P rank. Because all of the levels, all of the challenges, like, the challenges were stupid and funny to do. I didn't like that certain secret level. We do not talk about that secret level, okay? Don't want to think about it. Other than that, I mean, bosses were super difficult and fun. The Prime Sanctums were insane. The final layer is coming out soon. Is it the final layer? I thought there was gonna be one more after Fraud. Yeah. It is. Yeah, we still have Treachery to do. Which, I think the reason Fraud is taking so long is because they're literally reworking the entire, like, physics system so that they can make the Fraud layer work. But, yeah, fingers crossed that it comes out soon. Because I cannot wait to get back into it and just go through. Once you learn the mechanics, you feel like unbeatable until you do get beat. Because if you don't pay attention to your health or like doing damage close to enemies, yeah, no, you will die instantly. You'll find it funny how most things now use Dante's Inferno as a baseline for hell now. Yeah, it is like, how did the fan fiction like shape the canon? Like what most people view hell as is based on what is essentially fan fiction. It was a Bible fan fiction. Next up though, Haste. That game was just fun, like all the way through. Like I have zero complaints about like a 3D platformer where you're just like trying to gain as much speed and get from point A to point B as fast as possible. The hard levels were pretty rough to do, especially if you're not well equipped enough for it. I will say, and this is what's keeping it from being an S, the boss levels, like there was only 3 bosses and they just did it but again for like each of the shards or crystals or whatever they were. Like if there was just more boss variation, I think that would put it to S. Story, it felt secondary, but like when the game mechanics are as fun as they are, like that doesn't matter too much to me. Yeah, gameplay more than makes up for it. It is just good fun. And they're still like adding more updates to give you more variations in the shards and more items. Like they're listening to the community and adding stuff in to help with that. Okay, up next, yeah. Well, I can't even say that. I'll give it a D just because the game was very pretty. Like, every time you went to an area, it was like eye candy. If it weren't for the painful puzzles, it would be like, I would want to live there. Like, the solutions for a lot of it was, oh, look from this point. Or, oh, no, you gotta look through a specific pane of glass. Or line this up in just the right way. It all had to do with perspective, and I get that. But it's hard to change your perspective when it's all on like the same screen for the same kind of line puzzle. Like, you can add all of the different mechanics for that line puzzle that you want. It's still like the same base line puzzle. So you reach a point where it's like, okay, I've just been doing the same thing over and over again. Like, I don't think I can justify giving it anything higher than a D. It was like sort of fun at first, but when this is literally 90% of the game. I mean, Doom Eternal. I mean, it was absolutely, like, I think it's like the same level of like Ultra Kill, but with better graphics. Like, that is an S rank for sure. I gotta turn that down. S rank for sure. Even though we were playing on the hardest difficulty, it felt fun to do. You felt invincible. And that's what the game was trying to do, and it absolutely succeeded. As for Unicorn outfit, oh yeah, no, just for the Unicorn outfit, forgot. That was what we were doing. We were beating it with the power of friendship. And in the DLC, it was the power of hatred, before ending with the power of friendship again. Oh man. I'm just gonna rank this as the base game, because, oh my god, the first DLC, I did not have a lot of fun with it. Just because of all of the possession demons or whatever they were. Like, you just had this one guy slaughtering all of, like, the forces of hell, and then eventually, like, striking down, like, the equivalent of God, I think? I don't even know, but when again, like, same case as Haste, when the game is as fun as it is, like, lore and story are secondary for me. And the game absolutely delivered with gameplay. The final boss, it took me like a good hour and a half to do, but like, I was on hardest difficulty. What else were you gonna expect? The unstoppable crash out versus the very stoppable object. Like, that is absolutely the best way to put it. Doom the Dark Ages. I think I have to put that... Ooh, man, I don't know. You know, no, I know it's gotta be S rank, because we get a dragon, and I think that elevates it up. But then the dragon died, but then we avenged our dragon in the most badass way. Yeah, 07's to Serot, by the way. Like, they absolutely came in clutch. Dragon carries, 100%. I will say, though, like, I wish my PC was beefier so that it would run. Kind of the same thing as Oblivion, but it actually ran smooth mostly at times. Absolutely a great experience. The saw shield, insanely fun. Like, the whole mechanic of you just being this moving bastion that can't be stopped by anything. Like, Doom Eternal was like acrobatics, but Doom the Dark Ages, you are a tank moving through the battlefield. And anything that dares to cross your path is gonna get run over, or cut in half, or blasted through, or just straight up mauled by a mace. Absolutely, like, unforgettable for me. Okay, next up, Ori and the Blind Forest. I think I might have to put this game either high C or low B, because, like, the game visually was absolutely stunning. And, like, the songs for whenever you were restoring the light, the abilities were fun. The movement abilities were fun. Those were absolutely fun. Probably one of the best parts of the game, I think. But whenever you're trying to fight stuff, your options are just spam X and dodge. I mean, I feel like for a game that gives you an option to attack, you need to flesh that out better. Which does happen in the next game, for sure. I think I do... I'll put it at a B. Because, again, everything else, beautiful. I wish that the end didn't go out the way that it did. Because it just left me like, how is that the ending? Was there something else that I could have done? And then you look it up and it's like, nope. The mother dies, but one egg is left. Huh? The way that it was executed, I feel like could have been done way better. But let's get into Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I think that this is a high B, low A game. They did a lot, like, right. It is a huge step up from it. It is still just short of being like something I'd put in S. While combat was fun, there was a little bit more I would have liked from it. You very quickly got to a point where, oh, you could just tank anything. But then you just randomly hit points where it's like, oh, okay, I guess I gotta do that again. And there was a lot of points where I was like, I wasn't sure if that was the way it was supposed to play out. Or like, again, if I could have done something different. Only to find out that, nope, that was how it was supposed to go. Honestly, same thing about the ending too. I was like, is that really it? Or no, I was more horrified because not only did Ori turn into a tree, like I was not expecting self-sacrifice to be how the story went. Like I thought Ori was just gonna be like, oh, I'll defend this forest from now on. I was not expecting that to mean Ori gets turned into a fucking tree and then assimilate his friends as they die. It was weird for me. Yeah, it just happened. There wasn't really an explanation. I get the idea is like, oh, they're together forever kind of thing. But like, you know, in Ultra Kill or Dante's Inferno, where people were like stuck as trees forever, like it gave me that kind of vibe, and it freaked me out a little bit. If a woodpecker starts pecking the part of the tree that has their face on it, do they feel pain? I think next up, blueprints. I mean, I think it deserves to either be like high A or low S. That's where it stands for me. It was such a good game. Like, I still have the notebook where I like wrote out everything that I knew. Like, how many pages of stuff do I even have here? I have 24 pages of notes. That's how invested I was in the game. I do think it deserves to be a low S. There was so much like good puzzles in there. Like it made sense, and you had that like, oh, okay. I think one of my favorites still has to be like the 3 boxes puzzle, because like it felt so fun to just try to logic it out, especially when it got more and more convoluted to where it was like, ha, okay, I get it. Wait, hang on. I don't get it, but now I get it again. Yes, I was right. That was a great feeling every time. And then finally like piecing it all together and getting to the final room, it was like, finally, we're here. I did it. Like you had to have a lot go right, and then you just kept finding out more and more like lore about your family and your lineage, and like how one of your members used to be an author and then ran away from home. Then you just end up finding like the letters about it and the saves, as well as the gems from that crown. I think it was a crown, right? It was so well done. And just getting to find all of it out and write it out, it was insanely fun. And then you just end up finding more and more like upgrades for the rooms, ways to plan out, strategies, and you can consistently just get so far into the estate that way. Blueprints, you earned your S rank. But now, Sonic Unleashed recompiled. Absolutely, and this is 100% personal bias. Like, I have to put it high S tier. Just because that game meant so much to me as a kid. Like, at first, as a kid, all I could do was just watch the cutscenes, and I was immediately blown away by just the opening cutscene where Sonic's just running on the airship, turning into Super Sonic, like making Eggman like scared shitless, running through his entire base as Sonic destroys it all, and then just getting cast down to Earth from space and living terminal velocity. And like that's how you start the game? Like, oh my god, that goes so hard. And then playing all of the day stages, and then being able to now like mod your stuff in, like to make it like more optimized, to make everything more detailed, and it running just at a smooth like consistent FPS. If you were playing it on like Xbox or Xbox 360 or like PS3, I think, Like, it was pretty bad. Like, they were ahead of their time when they made this game, because you would get to, like, Jungle Joyride, and that place would lag, like, bad. Absolutely. Like, one of my favorite games just ever. And yeah, there's bugs, and the Werehog stuff could have been done better, but again, like, modding, now that that's available for this, like, you can make it however you want it to be. And then, of course, like, just modding in Hatsune Miku over Chip, like, I think that puts it, like, at top of S. Just because of that. Just because you can have Hatsune Miku just following you around the whole time. And then, the best part of that was, like, Miku's voice was actually speaking. It wasn't just their model over Chip. Miku was actually speaking. That threw me off so much. And especially at the end, where Endless Possibility was playing, and it was just Miku singing it, that I was like, huh? I got whiplash. I was like, what? Huh? Miku's singing this? Like, music, setting, atmosphere, like how it demands your mechanics and knowledge of the game. It feels so fun to play. To where I'm like, okay, how can I shave off a few seconds while still getting, like, an S rank on this? Like, absolutely peak for me. Last but not least, Silk Song. It's gotta be right up there with Sonic. Like, I'm almost tempted to give it its own tier like I did with Ultra Kill. But no, we have to have an S. S for Silk Song. Like, I cannot put into words how excited I was for this game. I, like, changed my entire schedule just so that we could play it on release day. Learning the mechanics again. It felt familiar and it felt expanded upon. Like, the new system for, like, tools and crests. Like, I was not expecting any of that. And that was a good thing that I wasn't expecting that. All the ways to change your playset. Like, finding new ways to just combo everything. All the different builds that you can do, the variation in that alone. All of the tools, all of the creatures that you fight, all of the bosses. So much of it was done so well. And it was like, oh my god, they expanded platforming. They gave you, like, more aerial options. The harpoon, even, like, throw your thing, bounce off of enemy, chain it into even more crazy stuff, equip tools to increase your DPS to insane levels, fighting Lace, that is your rival throughout the whole game, like, getting to the end of Act 2, fighting Grandmother Silk, like, thinking that that's the ending, only to find out there was a whole different route you could have taken to lead you into Act 3, to end up fighting, like, Lace Corrupted. Insanely well done, insanely well told. Like, I want more of this game. Like, that is my biggest complaint. I somehow cannot get enough of Silk Song. I want to fight all of those bosses again. And, like, the fleas, those were so adorable. Getting to do the festival of the flea, like, I thought we were gonna run into, like, the Grubfather situation again. Like, we walk in, it's like, it's horrifying. Wait until we get an Act 4 in DLC. And, like, I enjoyed, like, every second of it. Like, completing every mission. Like, becoming friends with, like, Sherma, finding out Chakra. And man, when the game wanted to hit you hard, it hit you hard. Sherma getting lost in Whiteward, like, we immediately saw that and we beelined it over to Whiteward. We could not deal with that. We could not deal with, like, losing another friend like Quirrell or the Forge guy if you decided to kill him. We know right now, Sherma's doing alive and well. They're gonna rebuild with all of those pilgrims, and they're gonna do amazing. And nothing bad will ever happen because we'll protect them till the day we die. That is our games ranked. We got a lot of good games this year. Like, everything from B and up, like, I had a great time with. Wait, hang on. I am forgetting something very crucial. Deltarune chapters 3 and 4 has to go up here. We didn't, like, I had such, like, an unforgettable experience with it that I felt like I couldn't do it justice just by editing it, that I had to, like, just play it, like, as is and just, like, have it as a VOD. There was so much I was doing. There was so much dialogue between characters. There was so many moments. I was like, I don't think I could even begin to do this justice for a regular video. Chapter 3 was like amazing fun time up until the end, where you're like fighting for your life against the knight. And then chapter 4, you're just hit with like an emotional tour de force all the way through, only having like the little moments where you're with the old man, where you're with Gerson. That secret boss fight with him, like absolutely fun, amazing like way to reintroduce like the green soul mechanic where you're blocking stuff. Having Susie's like character arc like become more fleshed out. Like she's absolutely the main character. We are the side character. I hope that eventually in the future we can like convince Chris to stop doing the stuff he's doing and like work with us. Or maybe us getting our own vessel. Like I would take like getting like Frisk as our vessel again, because like Frisk was chill with us. Either way, I am so excited for chapter 5. I can't wait to see what games will be running for 2026. Cause this year was just, it was so many bangers. So many bangers. But yeah. Open, fingers crossed. We'll see.